What's going on? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unlocking Your Athlete Mindset. If this is your first time tuning in, listening, watching live, let me be the first to welcome you. And let me reassure you that you are in the right place. If you are a current athlete just finishing up, or you are well on your way in your life after sports, there is never a time where we do not need to continue to develop and work on our mindset. So, welcome to this group of former athletes that are all focused on developing that mindset. If this is your first time, if you are watching it live, you're watching it through Facebook, be sure there is a printout today to print it out, to follow along, and to kind of work on the worksheet. If you're watching through Zoom, it's over in the Facebook. And if you're calling in, no worries. Again, all of this is in our Facebook group. Once it's over, you are going to receive an email with this recording along with the slides that we kind of go over. So that'll be right there available for you when this is done. And if you are watching live and if you are on Facebook or on Zoom, I invite you to be a part of the conversation. Jump on in if there's something that moves you, if there's something that stirs you up. Feel free to shout it from the rooftops. If there's a topic that you're like, man, this is amazing, let's dive deeper. If there is something that you think I missed, or you want further clarification on of what I'm talking about, please feel free to drop a comment. This is an interactive forum, and I hope not only me will be able to answer your questions, but along with the other people watching, either now live or later on the replay. And so, this whole week, we've really been focusing on this idea of relationships and how these relationships existed, how we needed to show up in relationships while we were playing, and how we need to start showing up now, and the things that were serving us and not serving us, and how to really excel at showing up for the relationships in our life. The other thing was trying to start building some of those relationships that were lost, and then maybe growing on the ones that are already there. And so, we think about the coaches and mentors that we had, and it's really about, how do I continue to have those types of relationships that are going to push me, allow me to grow, and allow me to be the best version of myself. And today, we are going to go and jump into this kind of bring this relationship full circle, and we're going to talk about the relationships that we have with ourselves. And so, really excited about today. Let's jump into these slides. So here we go. Day 3 of relationships, and the relationships that we have with ourselves. I like to start most of these with a quote. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship that you have. So as we kind of move into the weekend, and as you take this with you for the rest of Friday, I invite you to kind of make this a mantra or remind yourself of this, that the relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship that you have. And so we can kind of get started with there's going to be two different sides of the relationships that you have with yourself. And so it's the mental side and then the physical side. And so for the mental side, I kind of listed out some of the different things that we do to sort of damage our mental relationship that we have with ourself. Some of these being negative self-talk, comparing ourselves constantly to others, not being able to learn about who we are internally, if that's taking the time to really come to terms with our identity, different things like that that really harm us. But at the same time, these things that might harm us, we aren't always doing the things to allow us to grow as well. And sometimes we sound like the person that is, they keep going to the gym, but for some reason they can't get better. But it's, there's another counter side to it. It's like, are you actually putting the right fuel in your body in order to grow in that sense? And so we kind of think about all these things that might be harming us, but what are the things that we're not really doing as well to really move us forward? And so I want you to kind of take a moment to start kind of thinking about what are some of the negative things that we are allowing into our mind. Maybe there is a certain relationship that we are very short with, that we don't really allow proper communication to enter. Maybe we have a negative self-talk to ourselves in certain situations. If that is being being turned down in a sales role, if that's going to talk to a superior and you're just like, they're never going to listen to me, they aren't going to understand what I'm saying. Those types of negative self-talk that we kind of influence, these things that we're doing to ourselves. Let's take a second to kind of think about what those look like. And then at the same time, once we're done with that, what are some of the things that we know that we should be doing that we're not doing to strengthen our mind? Maybe that's having a morning routine. I know we have somewhat of a morning routine just from being on here. We're getting in the mind gym. That's huge. What else do we know that we should be doing to strengthen our mind? Maybe it's taking 10 minutes to read. Maybe it's doing a meditation. Maybe that's being able to transition from one exercise to the next and not be getting distracted. These are the things that we know that we should be doing to strengthen our mind and our mental relationship that we have with ourselves. The next aspect is the physical side. So, what are we doing to our own physical bodies that might be harming us? I listed a few on here for you. There's plenty of other ones that we have done to harm ourselves. And so maybe just jot some of these things down that are negative that we're putting into our body. And I'm not saying that it is an abusive relationship. Maybe it's just something that is not beneficial. It doesn't serve a purpose. And this kind of goes back to what we were saying in a previous video on essentialism. And if you're new and you didn't get a chance to watch that, I invite you to go back and check it out if you're interested. But essentialism is being able to identify what is the most important thing for you. What is going to drive your purpose? What is the end goal that you want to get to? And so how do you do the most things to move that needle forward? A lot of, I would say athletes, but a lot of people now, they have so many different things that they're doing, and not all of them they're all going in different directions. And because we choose to do so many things, we reach a level of mediocrity in all of them rather than excelling in a single thing. And that's why it's so powerful to identify what it is that we want in order to know, okay, we can go back and look at even our schedules and be like, okay, this served a purpose for that. This is something that is beneficial. This is a huge thing. I need to do this every single day. Oh, I can get rid of this. And so those are this is kind of got cut off on essentialism, but those are the negative things that we are doing to our body. And then moving forward, what are the things that we aren't doing for our body that we know we should be doing? Maybe that's putting the right food in it, putting the right fuel in it. Maybe that's getting enough sleep at night. Maybe that is going to the gym, having a workout routine. Maybe that's getting up to move every hour to get a little bit of movement into our body because we're at a desk job. Those are some of the things that we should be doing for our body. Because life is hard enough. There are